The city never sleeps, but your apartment barely wakes up. Every morning feels like a Tetris match between you, your coffee mug, and that chair that doesn't quite fit anywhere. You've got dreams bigger than your floor plan, but that dose and tea mean you can make every square inch count. Welcome to the world of tiny living, where genius meets geometry, and space isn't small, it's strategic. Let's start with the truth. Small apartments aren't a punishment. They're a design challenge wrapped in opportunity. And in 2025, space is the new luxury. Real estate prices have turned every square foot into gold dust, especially in cities like New York, Tokyo, and London. But the people living in those postage stamp palaces, they're rewriting how we live, one hidden drawer at a time. The first secret: vertical thinking. Forget sprawling furniture. It's time to think up. Those 8-foot ceilings aren't just there to mock your tall friends. They're your new storage frontier. Floating shelves above doors, hanging racks that cradle your plants and kitchen utensils, a loft bed that turns the floor below into a study nook or even a walk-in closet. You're not losing space, you're stacking potential. Next, let's talk furniture that earns its rent. A coffee table that opens into a dining table, a sofa that hides a pull-out bed, ottomans with storage so deep they could smuggle a small dog. The idea isn't just to have fewer things, it's to make everything work harder. Brands like IKEA, Resource Furniture, and Airy Living are leading the way, blending robotics, design, and efficiency. Airy's robotic walls, for instance, can shift with a button press. Bedroom by night, office by day. Tiny living, major impact. Now, let's move to the holy grail of space saving: decluttering. You've heard it before, but here's the twist. Decluttering isn't about owning less, it's about owning better. A minimalist space doesn't feel empty, it feels intentional. Every object should spark utility or joy, not guilt. So if that treadmill has turned into a clothing rack, it's time for it to jog out of your life. While you're at it, let's talk digital minimalism, because clutter isn't just physical. Old electronics, tangled chargers, a drawer full of mystery cables, gone. Replace bulky books with e-readers, old DVDs with streaming, and that file cabinet with the cloud. You're not just saving space, you're reclaiming peace of mind. Lighting is the unsung hero of space perception. A small room with harsh overhead light feels like an interrogation room, but layered lighting, warm lamps, LED strips behind mirrors, undershelf glow creates depth and illusion. Ever wonder why those Instagram apartments look bigger than yours? It's not the square footage, it's the light choreography. Speaking of illusion, mirrors are magic. A full-length mirror facing a window can double your sense of space and flood your apartment with reflected light. Add mirrored furniture, say a side table or wardrobe, and suddenly the room feels like it's breathing. Even color plays a trick on the eye. Light tones expand, dark tones cocoon. Want a cozy den? Go navy. Want airy calm? Go white beige or pale sage. Now, let's tackle the kitchen, the battlefield of every tiny home. If your counter doubles as a cutting board and a laptop station, you're not alone. But smart solutions exist. Magnetic knife strips, hanging spice racks, pull-out pantry drawers, and fold-down cutting boards that extend over the sink. Every inch can serve two purposes. Some designers even create hidden dish racks inside cabinet doors. The result? A kitchen that looks sleek, but performs like a pro chef's lab. And let's not forget bathrooms. Even the smallest ones can feel like a spa with the right touch. Floating vanities free up floor space. Towel racks above the door make use of dead zones. And yes, mirrored cabinets, again, are a godsend. Replace shower curtains with glass partitions, and suddenly, your 4x6 feels like a 5-star suite. Storage as strategy. Every nook is an opportunity. Under the bed, behind the couch, above the door. Try modular storage cubes that stack and shift with your needs. Or underbed drawers that roll out like secret compartments in a spy movie. Your space doesn't need to be big, it just needs to be clever. Still, the ultimate secret weapon might be custom carpentry. For city dwellers with awkward corners, bespoke shelving, folding desks, and built-in benches, transform dead spaces into dream zones. Sure, it costs more upfront, but in small spaces, every inch pays you back in sanity. And here's the twist you might not expect: the psychology of space. Studies show that cluttered spaces increase cortisol levels, the stress hormones. In contrast, well-organized, light-filled rooms trigger calm and focus. So, these hacks aren't just about aesthetics, they're about mental well-being. A tidy home isn't about perfection, it's about creating an environment where your mind can breathe. Let's get practical zones. Even a studio apartment can have rooms without walls. Use rugs to define areas. One under your sofa for a living space, one under your bed for rest, another under a small table for dining. Visual boundaries. Tell your brain where each activity begins and ends. And guess what? That sense of order translates directly into productivity and relaxation. Now, don't underestimate the power of hidden tech. In 2025, smart home devices are getting smaller and more integrated than ever. Smart plugs that control multiple gadgets, under-cabinet lighting sensors, voice-controlled thermostats, and foldable monitors mean you can live efficiently without visible clutter. Your home becomes responsive, intuitive, an assistant disguised as an apartment. What about style? Many assume small spaces mean minimalist or Scandinavian only. Not true. Bold design works beautifully in small doses. Jewel-toned cushions, statement art, textured walls. The key is proportion and layering. Mix functionality with luxury. A velvet cushion on a space-saving sofa. A gold lamp on a floating shelf. Compact doesn't mean cheap. It means curated. In cities like Hong Kong and Tokyo, where micro-apartments are under 300 square feet, people are redefining comfort. Movable walls, sliding beds, fold-up dining tables, urban innovation at its finest. It's not about sacrifice, it's about creativity. That's the future of living, adaptive, modular, sustainable. Speaking of sustainability, the biggest trend in small space living is eco-smart choices. Multi-use furniture reduces waste, LED lights save energy, compact appliances consume less water and power. In a way, living small forces you to live greener. And that's the unexpected beauty of it. Tiny spaces teach us big lessons. To buy thoughtfully, live efficiently, and appreciate simplicity. Imagine this. You come home after a long day. You slide your wall panel, revealing a hidden desk. Your lights dim automatically. The aroma diffuser clicks on. Every item in your space has a purpose. Not one thing feels out of place. It's not just a home, it's harmony. That's the real win of space-saving design. Because here's the truth, tiny apartments aren't about making do, they're about making magic. When space is limited, creativity isn't optional, it's survival. And the people mastering it aren't just living small, they're living smart, proving that comfort isn't measured in square feet, but in how well a space serves your life. So, whether you're in a studio flat, a converted loft, or a compact condo, the challenge is the same. How can you make your space work harder and feel larger? Start small, declutter, think vertical, invest in smart furniture, use mirrors, play with light. Before long, that tiny apartment won't feel cramped. It'll feel intentional, a reflection of how modern living is evolving. And as the world moves toward dense urbanization, this is the new normal. Not less space, but better space. Efficiency is the new elegance. Design isn't about size anymore, it's about solutions. So don't just survive your small apartment, design it like a masterpiece. Because the best homes aren't the biggest, they're the smartest. And if you want more real, tested hacks that actually work, not Pinterest myths, hit that like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because next week, we're re-revealing the wildest micro-living spaces around the world and how their secrets can change the way you live. Tiny space, big impact. Stay tuned.